Can everyone hear me okay? I have not tested out my audio in a long time. Microphone is still pretty bad, but, you know. Right. Hi. So, God, I haven't streamed in ages. I think the last time I streamed was back in May or June, I think. So yeah, hi everyone. So today, just gonna do. I'm probably gonna do like an hour or an hour and a bit. Might even stretch it to 2 hours. I'm mainly gonna be just remapping some stuff, bringing stuff up to date. Maybe adding some events to the map as well. But yeah, so like this is a map I haven't touched in a while, and it looking at it as I've like modified the tile set after making it, and it's kind of screwed up the map a little bit. So I'm gonna be changing this a bit and kind of updating it. Also, if the music's too loud or too quiet, let me know, because I don't have any reference really, because it's very quiet for me. But yeah, so I'm just going to get straight into the mapping, because yeah, right. So firstly I'm going to make a backup of that, and then I'm just going to wipe the whole thing. Oop. Helps if I'm not on the paint bucket tool. So, like, I'm hoping that this map is going to have a little bit more to it than what was originally there, because what was originally there is like there was originally like a Pokemon Center and a gym right next to it, but I want there to be like a little kind of port with a Pokemon and a Pokemon Center there, and then like a very small route, and then like another small area where there's a gym and stuff. So that's my current plan. So firstly I'm going to fill this route with grass. And I should probably delete some of the events, all the little events and stuff as well, because they're going to be completely redone, and they're going to be a lot better optimized. I don't think I've come back to this map in quite a long time, to be honest. So this was definitely a long time coming. Which tile set am I even using for this? Yeah, that should be fine. So to start off with, I'm going to do that. Actually, no, I'm going to have I'm going to add in trees first. So I'm going to shrink this back down to like 20, so it becomes a lot more manageable. Oh, wrong layer. The amount of times that I put things on playing YGO Pro lately, a little bit, yeah. I was testing out the new Galaxy stuff that comes out in Soul Fusion. I'm really looking forward to that stuff, to be honest. What about you then, Zeke? Have you played any YGO Pro recently? Yeah. So we're just gonna be adding in some trees, and then we're gonna be expanding the map out as we go. Like that. I kind of want this area to be quite open, so that the player has some space to move, and it also, because it's not a route, it's kind of like a mini town in a sense. So I'm just going to put that there for now, and I'll put a Pokemon here. Actually, this should go on this layer, because I still need to put the... Still need to do this. And I'll probably do the same with the Pokemon Center, actually. So that can go on top here. Like that. Dangers are weird. Like they revealed the new support for Danger yesterday, and like I still don't think it's that broken. And thanks, yeah, the tiles are. I've spent quite a while like tweaking the tile set, but the tile set itself, one of the reasons I'm not showing it is it's an absolute mess. Like, people with any kind of perfectionism will look at it and kind of like shudder, because it's so horrific to look at, in my opinion. Right. There are going to be a couple of houses here as well, but I'll add those later. So I kind of want to bring the trees in a little bit towards the shoreline. Yeah, same. Like, I remember where everything is, but like like I have to go like to literally the other end of the earth when I want certain tiles. Like, all the common tiles are at the top, but then a bunch of other common tiles are kind of more towards the bottom because I've just added them in as I go, and it gets really daunting. But like I'm in so deep, like, with all the maps and stuff, that like if I reorganized anything in the tile set to make it more to make it look more organized, then it would just like I'd have to remap every single thing in this game, and that would honestly be a bigger pain. Also, I don't want that music anymore in there. 30. Yeah. So I'm going to add in some water. Oh, that's not the paint bucket. And then where did I put the... That's not it. There we go. So this is going to go here. When's the next release of Order and Chaos? Like, I was going to say 2018, but I think it's looking more like 2019, because like I just don't like the issue of motivation, like motivation isn't really an issue anymore at the moment, but like I just don't feel like I have the time to commit to it. Plus, like when I do release like the next demo, I want there to be like more custom soundtrack in the game. So like yeah. Plus, I'm not done with some extra things I'm adding to the game, because otherwise it will just be a bit more of a glorified like re-release of the previous demo with like fewer bugs and nicer tiles. But yeah. So yeah, I think the next demo release is gonna be somewhere in 2019. I think. Like I'd rather put out like a decent demo with like everything I originally planned to be in it than just release like a really half-assed demo. So that's gonna look like that at the moment, but this is going to be like that. So there is going to be an actual barrier between that and grass. Then something's going to need to change here, because that's 3 tiles. No, that's 3 tiles as well. Why does it look uneven then? Okay. Weird. I might actually have to bring in this tree line a little bit. So if I just do that, if I bring that in, so then this will fit evenly, yes. Okay, I just need to expand that out a bit. And then that appears there, like that, and there we have that. Yeah, like map connection, the map edit, like connecting is an absolute pain in the ass, to be honest. I can't stand it. But it's just one of those things that like you have to do. Like if you want to add extra Pokemon, like what I'm doing is like with Fakemon and stuff, then like you have to do a bunch of PBS editing with the text files, and that's an absolute nightmare. So yeah, the first world game dev problems, I guess. Right, I think I want that to go back a little bit. Because then I can just fence that whole area off. So no one can actually get through here. I'm also going to put this on another layer so that I can do that, because then it'll appear as if the player's going underneath this bit here when they go into the building, because this is set on a high priority. to expand this out again, so I'll bring that to 40. This can come in a bit, and then I need to expand it out again. So we'll be left with that. So we have a nice little kind of walkway, so to speak. I'm not sure how far out I want that to go. I'll leave it like that for now. And then we can focus more on the rest of this stuff in here. Right, I'm gonna put this up to 50, and then I'm going to shift this down by 10, so I have a bit more breathing room up here. So I can bring the Pokemon up there, and I think I'll leave the Pokemon Center where it is, and I'll put a house here. I think I'll put one there as well. I think I'm going to add some cliffs to it as well. Just need to find the right tiles. Which tiles do I want to go for? I'm not sure how this is gonna look, to be honest. I might have to add more space between the dock and the rest of the map. I'll get to that when I come to it. I just noticed this is also on the wrong layer. This should be on the layer below. Actually, I'm going to move these back down. And then I'm going to move these trees down. Because when I add the tops of the trees, it'll look like that, so it won't cover up too much of the cliff. Like, because I don't want it to be like, growing on the cliff. It's kind of nice and snugly up, just up to the cliff instead. I might remove some of these trees and then place the Pokemon Center down here, like that. Then I can probably take away this tree here and just move these trees out a bit. Should probably firstly take away the extra Pokemon Center, and then add some stairs. So now, I think that looks pretty good. I'm also going to move these up. So that, yeah, again, the trees are nicely up against it, and not interfering with it. Next thing I need to do is kind of deal with this as well. I don't actually have any short trees in my tile set at the moment. I need to make some. I haven't made trees in quite a while though, so yeah. I have to see how other people do short trees, because I haven't made short trees at all. It would probably add some more variety to my maps, because they are quite, like, I'll admit they are probably a little bit simple when you compare them with certain maps, but with like other people's maps. But at the same time, like, you don't want the map to be too complicated as well. Okay, I'm going to put this on the top layer, because it gives me, if I just switch to the right tool, it means that I can actually put some paths on this layer. I'm not sure how that looks. I don't think that looks too good, but I will fix that later. Okay, that looks, I think that looks quite good. Because that now gives us the opportunity to kind of bring the path over here. I might swap this house with the Pokemon actually. I think this looks pretty okay so far. Right, did I add? Yes, I did add gatehouse tile. Damn it. It's a bit uneven. Question is, what do I add in this area? I might, for the time being, just add some flowers in. So if I just kind of fence this bit off. I don't have any hedges either. Like, I need to get better at making them, to be honest. I could add a Pokemon in a caged area. I think I'm gonna stick with the flowers though. Yeah, I need to get good at making them. The hedge, like, I'm good at buildings. Buildings are fine, but they're easy. They're a lot easier than hedges, foliages, to be honest. Yeah, I'll have to practice making them, and then I can start improving my maps a little bit and filling space a lot easier. Now I think there's something that's annoying me about the fence. So if I change it to this one instead, there we go. I think that looks alright. It looks a bit plain at the moment, but it also doesn't look too bad. Yeah, like, I've tried, like, I think I've actually got an attempt somewhere. If I just hop over and try to find it, where is it? I need to find where I put it. I might have deleted it. I must have disliked it that much that I deleted it. Yeah. Well, that's a shame. Now I can't show it now. Oh well. But yeah, I tried making a hedge before, and like it was absolutely atrocious. I could immediately see that was not a hedge, and the shading was terrible, and like it just looked like a green blob, like a green cylinder almost, like with some kind of sharp edges on it. Right, I'm actually going to expand this out to yeah. Yeah, hedges are they're just difficult. Like, when it comes to making tiles, I tend to like stick to buildings, and while I probably should try and do some more stuff, like, you know, just to make the game look better, I constantly refuse to make new tiles, to make any kind of nature tiles, because I just don't think I'm that great at it. Like it took so long to make these trees, and I think I actually made some tree tiles for another project, and like there were so many iterations of it, of the tree as well. Like, surely I've got that. Yeah, like if like I've got this one, and then like it's really small, but then it became this, and 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 yeah, like there were so many. It took so much to make it properly. Um, Statue. Yeah, like I haven't made any statue tiles for myself, but like it's like I'm gonna try making one. Like um, the problem is I'm not very good at, like, I haven't actually made any proper sprites in a while, so like I need to make a good sprite in order to make a good statue, I think. Because otherwise it's just a plinth, and those are quite easy to make. Yeah. Like, I want, like, I want to stick a statue in, like, an important area. Because it has some form of importance then. Right, what was I doing? I expanded out this... Oh yeah, right. So I can move this out a little bit. Then I can correct this. Right, then I can fill this huge gap now. Now that I've actually corrected the tree line. Yeah, there we go. I need to correct this path actually, because no deja vu here. No, I think this needs... What the... I have Twitch comments on my screen, yeah. The biggest problem with this building I made is that I like having 3 tile wide pathways, and this is like the door is 2 tiles wide, so no matter what I can't get this the way I want it. Right, I'm happy with this map so far, but I am going to add in some extra flowers and stuff. So I'm just going to add in... yeah, all the doors are events. So like all of these buildings have no doors on them aside from this, because I haven't made because this is these doors are big and awkward. I might actually need to change the way this is, this gatehouse is, because yeah, the doors are 2 tiles wide at least. Right, and have I already done this one? Yeah, I've already done that one. think it looks a lot nicer now that there's actually a couple more. There's a lot more, like, there's some detail in the map, so it's not quite so plain. Yeah. Right, I think now the last thing I need to add to this map, the last big thing I need to add to this map, and I do mean big, is this boat. Now I'm just going to do a quick test. Yep. Yeah, I can use an event for the boat. The problem is, like, I don't know if this has been fixed, but the last time I used an event that was really big, like, when I moved down the map, the event came with it. Like, the event moved on the screen with it, and I don't know why. It was quite a while ago, I just haven't done it since, but it probably will be an event when I get round to making the boat move off. Yeah, until then it'll just stay on the tile set. Right. Like, to be fair, I have I've had quite a lot of experience making maps now. Like, God, it's like 8 and a bit years I've been making this damn game now, and I keep going back to change things. So it like about 5 years, like 2 years into making it, I decided to scrap everything and start from fresh. That was a really good decision. Right, so this is going to be the port. Next, I need to make the valley. So, oop, no, I don't want to make a new project. New map. Keep the tile set. And this is called Brine Valley. Oop. And this is also going to be called Brine Valley. Right. Oop, that's layer 3. Don't want to put it on layer 3. So So the question is, how do I make it, like, making a valley? Because it used to look like this, but honestly, that's too straight, and even though it's a valley, I think it looks really terrible, to be honest. So I might make it a bit more twisty and turny, if possible. God, this is going to be a nightmare. Yeah, I can. Yeah, like I always start off with a really kind of small map so that I don't like make a really big map and then leave it full of empty space. But yeah, it will. I'll make it a bit more twisty and turny. I just need to kind of figure out how I'm gonna make a valley. I think I have an idea. Um, so there's going to be a lot of cliff here. Actually. Yeah, I'm going to probably switch this tile set. And this is going to be replaced with some more, I think some more suitable cliff tiles. Something like that, possibly. Yeah, I think these cliffs will probably be... I'm not sure, actually. God, I'm taking ages to decide what to do with this. Like, I can either do these cliffs. Actually, if I can either do these cliffs, or I can do these cliffs. I might do these cliffs actually. These are probably the best ones to use because they're just vertical cliffs. Then on the bottom layer I just put a bunch of rock in there, like that. God, this thing is going to be this is going to actually be really difficult. I actually don't have the first thought, like a single idea of how I'm actually going to make this work. should probably expand this map out a little bit as well. Make that 30 wide. I need to put the other bit of the gatehouse in here as well. Hey, that fits. That's good. Then the tips of the trees as well. Right, if I shift that right by 3, right. Now this may look straight out at the moment, but it will become more twisty and turny. So if I bump this up to 25 and then shift it down by 10, I then have more room to work with. You know, actually, I think I keep changing my mind, but I think having all of these cliffs stacked up like that looks really crap, to be honest. So I'm going to replace that with a bunch of grass cliffs, and then this is and I'm probably just going to make it easier for myself by doing this, because then I'm not constantly thinking about how the hell I do this. Oh yeah, I'll add, like, there'll be plenty of, like, different terrains to go through. It's a really good thing that these headphones have a mute button. Yeah, I go crazy with the flowers at the very end, like with this map, like like for the like when actually making like kind of mapping out the place, like it the thinking about the fine details quit too early is not a good idea. Oh yeah, got to make it look fancy, but yeah, I don't like to uh, add that stuff to the map uh, until I'm done with the basic kind of layout of it. Right. I need to take the pencil tool off. Yeah, I can now fill this in with trees, but it will, like, I'll go back to this later and make some holes in the trees for some other things like water, some extra cliffs, some like, yeah, just some extra details basically that makes it look a little bit more like a valley. Like yeah, I need to make it look valley-ish. I just don't know how that will play out at the moment. I want to add some kind of twists and turns in though. Right, where did I add these? There we go. Now I'll put those in there. Yeah, I think that looks alright. And then there'll be some grass. Now that I'm doing it this way, now that I'm doing everything this way, yeah, like that like everyone wants a big red button that says "Make Game" on their thing, so they just load up the whatever game engine they're using and just go like that. The game is made. But yeah, like level design can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Sometimes. But yeah, now that I know now that I have like my vision of what the map should look like, I can change the cliffs to something that I think is a bit better suited. Yeah, I think because these cliff tiles that I'm using right here, they're a lot less skinny. Like the problem with the ones I was using before is like the way they're made, they like there's a little gap between the ledge and the cliffside, and that I don't like that. To be honest, I wish I'd made these tiles a bit less, so that they were a bit fatter. But yeah, I don't. I need to find the original PSD so that I can go back to them and edit them and make them a bit, kind of bring them out a bit so that they don't leave that such a big gap. Right. Can I move these back? Oh, will that look really tacky? No, I think that looks fine. Okay, so I can start going ham with the grass a little bit. And of course I'll add some trees in, so that it looks a bit, so that it's a bit more windy. Actually, makes a good place to hide an item. Also, I can add in another ledge. Yeah, because then I can put an item here. Right. Yeah, like the first thing you need to think of when you make a map is like making sure that that your characters can't go out of bounds and stuff. So you need to think of the borders, and then you need to think of you need to make sure the layers are correct. Like with things like with the newer RPG makers, it's a lot harder because the layers are integrated with the tile sets, like instead of like you putting the tiles there. Hi Chrome, welcome to the stream. Like just yeah, just making some maps. But yeah, like in the newer RPG makers, I think the tile sets, the layers and the tile sets are directly linked, like to one another. Whereas in like this version of RPG Maker, you can just put the tile. You can put any tile on any layer, apart from the event layer, obviously. I'm kind of reaching the end of the thread, so I'm going to make this bigger. Also, I need to make sure that the grass here lines up properly with the grass here, because these maps are going to be connected. So if I get that one, right, so these should now line up. Yeah. Right. Now that that's fixed, then this cliff will come back on itself. Like that. Yeah, and then I might start bringing the cliff, everything in a little bit, so the player has less room to move, and then start expanding it out a bit and make it so the player moves more in that direction again. Because at the moment, it's moving this direction, so I want it to move in that direction. So it kind of twists and turns a bit. So if I make that 45, move it down. I think I did make a map like that at some point. Yeah. God. Right, and then at this point I'll start moving the map back in this direction. So I'm also going to add just put a tree here. And I'll add some trees here. I am going to have to start adding in the grass again, but firstly I'll do just a little bit more of this. There we go. I will then, yeah, the map will then start moving in that direction again. Right, so I'm just going to go back down here and start adding in more grass. I'm also going to start adding in some pathways as well. There's definitely parts of the map where you want the player to actually be walking through grass. I think I've gone into full concentration mode because I'm not talking that much. Yeah, sorry about that. God, this has already been going on for 1.5 hours. Although I do want to finish, like, at least get near the end of this map. I'll have to do another live stream if I don't finish it. Yeah, that'll be annoying if I don't finish it in this stream, but I'll definitely make sure I do another live stream to finish it off. Goes there, so I've got a nice little ledge, so actually I'm going to move that up. And I'm going to extend this tree here. Yeah, I think that looks alright so far. Definitely looks a little bit a bit natural and not not too straight. Although I think I will probably do something about this bit here because it's looking a bit strange. Like I don't think it fits in. Yeah, I think this works. Okay, I'm just going to quickly see something. I'm just going to see what it's like to actually kind of run through the map a little bit. Well, that looks weird at the moment, but yeah. Okay, one thing that is bugging me a little bit is how the player can walk in a straight line, like literally from here, like all the way up here, like this. Like sure they're probably not going to move all the way up like that, but it's still bugging me a little bit how they can do that. You want the player to move around the map as much as possible, like as much as they can. Right, and then that's the end of the map. Other than that, I think it's all right. Right. So back to the map. Now I'm going to add in some water, so I'm going to add in some different things to deal with. Yeah. I might move that up a little bit actually, because I want the player to be using surf around to get through this. Obviously, because it's water, but so there needs to be room for a river to come through. think that looks alright. Gonna have to get rid of these trees. Nope, don't want to delete that bit. Actually, I'll expand the river out all there so they actually have to. So, there's going to be a nice little waterfall here. Actually, I'm going to expand this out. So this fits a lot nicer. Might have to expand it out again. Because then it actually fits properly. So then if I take this out, there we go. So now we've got our waterfall. Need to add the tops back to these trees. Then, like, I'll have the player surf along like this river section here, like to get to the next bit of the map. Yeah, I'm going to move that down. Yeah, there we go. I think that's looking good so far. Because now if I add more cliff here, have it go along like that, the player will go more this way, and then it will take them to another bit of the valley. time to expand this up a bit. So it's going to go to 85. Oop. I'm also going to have to make the map wider as well. Before I do that, actually, I want to expand this, like move this, like shift this up a bit. Yeah, that way we just don't have a line up here. Now I'm going to expand this out. Still in the paint bucket, and I don't want that. I'm going to shift this way a bit so that it lines up nicely with the trees. Because having everything nice and even, it makes things a lot easier. So that I don't end up like having to do something like this at the end of the cliff, for instance, and have this gap here. Right, yeah, so gonna take these trees up a bit, and also move these up. So yeah, the player now has to surf through a good portion of the map, I think. It'll come back, like, the map will then, like, so it's gone that way, and now it's going to come back that way a bit. But I think the player will get off the water, and then go that way again. So expand the map. God, 95. It's already 95 squares high. This is a big map. I think that will when the player goes back this way again, it'll be, I'll make it so that this map is, this is the end, that's the end of the map. If we just zoom out of the map, like, this is what it looks like so far. It's, I think around this section it does take a bit more of a brisk kind of turn, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think so far, like, the kind of, it's not very twisty and turny, it's not as twisty and turny as I thought, but like there is a lot of variance in terms of like how much space there is to walk, like, throughout this map. I keep forgetting that I have the pencil tool on. So the trees are going to come back around here, but what I'm going to then do is make it so that the player will step up like a little bit, so they're not, so they step up out of the valley and kind of onto higher ground. Ooh, actually, that reminds me, I forgot to put these bits on the stairs in here. Yeah, that looks better. Right, back to this map. So the water will end around here, and I'm just going to put a tree here. Right, I'm going to move this up again. This time I'm going to make it, just move it up by 5 pixels. Just so that I can define the boundaries, like the upper boundaries of the map, because we're getting to the end of the map. So what I'm going to do is so the player's going to come up here, and then they're going to loop back around here and like meet the end of the map around here. Right, that's looking a bit too square at the moment, but that will change. So firstly I'm going to add some variance around here, so it doesn't look quite as square. Right. How's does that look? I personally quite like the I personally quite like that, but I don't know. What does everyone else think? Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Like, now that I think about it, I might add a little area just off to the side of this map, just off to the side here. That's good. At least someone thinks it's very nice. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out, considering, like, what, half an hour ago I was like struggling to even come up with anything at all, with like a solid idea of how to lay out the map. So I think it's pretty good at the moment. Cool. Right. So yeah, I'm just going to add this to the map. Actually, I might expand this a little bit. Yeah. Just a little bit off to the, just something a little small off to the side. Gives the player a reason to kind of get off the, stop surfing and get on the land and get the item and then hop back on. Thank you. Yeah. It's still not as twisty and turny as I'd like, but I'm still happy with how it ended up. So there's that. I'm gonna have to expand. Oh, hang on, if I just. I'm gonna have to make this wider. Okay, right. Now can add tree, top of the trees there, add the water there. So now we have like a border here, so that the player can't see, should not be able to see off the end of the map. I'm just going to go see how that works out. Oop. Yeah, I've shifted the map around a lot. So I can see the top of the map here. I'll fix that in a second. Well, that's an extra 2 tiles, I guess, that I need to add to it. And then, ooh, I can see off the edge of the map here, so I need to add an extra tile that way. When I get off the surfboard here, I can't see off the map there, but when I come here, I can definitely see off the map there. So now that I have that knowledge, I'll make this 50. Actually, I'll make it 55. So I can just shift this left by. Oop, that wasn't right. Shift this right both ways. Just fill in the bits that need to be filled in. so that fills in there. So then I can use the fill tool, just fill in all the trees down here, and I can do the same here. So that should be the left and right all taken care of once I just fill in the grass there. Then I can just make this, I'll make it 105, then I'll shift it down by 5. Fill in the rest of the grass, add the extra padding here. Yeah, I'm liking how this is looking so far. I'll probably add in some pathway, like a bit more pathway around here. Makes up for the lack of pathway earlier on. Right. Yeah, I'm liking that. Right, I guess I'm not gonna add, I don't think I'm gonna add a gatehouse. Actually, yeah, I'll add a gatehouse here. Not much space. should fit now. Yeah, these things are big. Yeah, I'll probably bring this up. Will it match up? No, no point. Yeah. Right, that's the end of the map. I guess the next thing is to add some detail onto it. Put an item there, and put one here, so that the just that I remember further down the line when it comes to actually adding events and trainers to this map, that there are items in those specific places that I should add. Probably add one here. Right, so next up is flowers. And then I think I can probably sign this map off as done. I just put all of those on layer 3. That's not good. I want those on layer 2. Let's go and fix that. Right, now that that's all fixed and the flowers are on the correct layer, I can start adding some more. Right. How does that look? Because I think that looks pretty good now. Now there's a little bit of detail in. Now I still think this area is a little bit bare actually. I'll go fix that. Probably too many flowers there as well. But yeah, how's that look? Because I'm quite happy with that at the moment. Yeah, like I think I'll give that a play test actually, to just see what it's like to walk up and down it. I should not be able to walk on that. Oh well. Yeah, like when the map's connected, there won't be this little, there won't be this gap, this big black space here, because it'll be connected to the previous map. But yeah, so walking through it, like there's varying amounts of space for the player to walk through, which is good. Then it gets a bit more wide out here, but there's still grass to walk through, all of that. Then like places to surf. Ooh, look at me, I'm floating on the water. It's because I haven't done the surfboard stuff yet. But yeah. So you walk up the stairs. And you get up to this huge thing here. Oh, and that's right on the edge, look at that. Oh, hey Tack. Yeah, unfortunately you are a bit late. I think you said you would join a bit later though. But yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that map went. Very fitting for a video game. Yeah, yeah, I think that looks very good. The end result. So yeah, I'm super happy with that, how that ended up. I might come back to this later. Like obviously I'll upload this map to Twitter and DeviantArt and stuff, and the like this live stream is gonna go up on my YouTube channel. The whole thing is like the whole live stream always goes up on my channel. So yeah. I think the last thing to do really is connect up these maps, I think. So I'll do that right now. So if I just go down here. Hey Tack, did your previous comment not get through then, or something? Or did I? I'm sure I responded to your. I'm sure I said hello. Yeah, unfortunately you're a bit late to the stream. You did say you were gonna be late, I think, if I remember correctly. Right. So information. Right. So at Brine Valley, the lower bit here. that, save changes and exit from the map editor, and there you go. Like, so now if we venture into here, yeah, obviously we haven't added the doors yet, so all the Pokemon like the Pokemon Center and the Pokemart and all the houses have nothing at the moment, so you know. But once I add in the door events and everything, that will be a lot nicer. It will look more authentic. The boat, so as you can see here, like you can, like, yeah, so like in the other place where the boat is accessible, so how you get here, like you can't get in until you've earned a certain number of badges, so like there's a shutter over here, so you can't actually get in at all, which is cool. Otherwise it'll be open 24/7. Oh, I need to put some collision on these fences, because you're not supposed to be able to walk through those, because otherwise I can just do that. But yeah. But yeah, I'm happy with that actually. I think that worked very nicely. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to wrap that up here, because it's 9 where I am in England at the moment, and I started at about 7:05, I think. So it has been about 2 hours at least. So I'm probably going to wrap this up here. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. It was quite a chill stream. I was a bit silent for half of it, because I was concentrating. But yeah, it's the first stream I've done in a while, so I'll probably get the hang of it once I get into a bit more of a regular routine with streaming. I do want to stream a lot more, just as long as I can get the time. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining, and I shall see you guys when I stream next.